Hello, it's me again. Another day, another dad tale, or kind of a motivation tale. Okay, some of you have been following or subscribing to me. You know I have back problems, a lot of them. And I have 3 herniated discs. One of them causes severe spinal stenosis when it is bulging. In fact, I just had a flare-up last week, and I had to cut back on how much I was able to work out. So you may think this is a workout video. This isn't. This is a healing video, and it's not for everyone. If you work out all the time and you're strong, this isn't your video. I mean, I know I'm going to get some of you coming to troll me about how bad my form is on some of these, or how I'm not doing enough or not lifting heavy enough. But I'm doing exactly what my physical therapy plan allows me to do right now. And actually, I had to push my therapist just to let me do this much. Some of you out there, your exercises are going to be completely different. You're at the beginning of your journey. Maybe you're coming back from a shoulder surgery. Maybe you're recovering from a hip fracture. Maybe it's your knee or your spine. That's okay. Your journey is yours. I'm just showing you what mine looks like right now. But when I started, it was all those little exercises that don't feel like they do anything. And yeah, I asked for some of these exercises. When things started getting easier, I asked, can we change it up? And I've regretted it every single time, because my PT, my physical therapist, he came back with something harder. I used to just do regular planks, 30 seconds, twice. Now he's got me walking on my hands up a step platform, across, down the other side, and back. But again, if you're already super fit, everybody can see your muscles, your tone, and you've got 0 body fat. I'm glad for you, but this video isn't for you. This is for the people who are barely making it. The ones who need a hand getting up. The ones who are tired and afraid they'll never get back to who they were, their golf game, whatever it is. Some of you can't even walk yet. Some of you still have your arm in a sling. You're doing range of motion exercises, and that's all for now. That's okay. Do what your physical therapy calls for. Do as much of it as home as your equipment and your body will allow. Do it every day. That's how I got through shoulder surgery. And that's how I am strengthening my back. Because if I don't, I can paralyze myself. That disc that's pressing into my spinal cord, it's a time bomb. It's a ticking time bomb that will go off, and I might lose bladder control. Or worse, end up with metal fusing my vertebrae together. And everyone I've talked to, every single story I've heard, they all say the same. Fusion surgery, and after it, it's more painful than you expect. Sure, maybe you get your ability to walk back and your bladder control. Yes, you'll trade that for the pain. But you lose flexibility, you lose motion, and once you start getting metal in your spine, it keeps going. One vertebrae goes, then the next, until you're fused, solid, stiff, locked up. That's not going to be me. I'm not going to let it happen. Now, let's get into this workout. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting stronger every day. Normally, when I go to the physical therapist's office, I have access to both a recumbent bike and a treadmill. And I can push myself a lot harder on those two. And I do 20 minutes on each. But for today, we're going to start with the walking. I already heated my back up. So this is just my warm-up, just to get things moving so the back muscles are loose. So as I start stretching and doing the other exercises, it's stretching warmed up muscles with blood already flowing to them. So I'm going to record the rest of this in selfie mode maybe, and I'm going to speed up all the exercise parts for you. I'll list them, but you don't want to watch it all. So it's going to look like a movie montage when we get into the exercises. See you on the end of this.
It's not the miles that'll wear me thin, it's the memory beneath my skin. But every step I still choose to take is the proof I didn't break. I'm not shielded like some by fame, but I still stand and say my name. So come what may, I'll stand up every day. Even if I break, I won't look away. Painted in red.
Okay. Hopefully I found some good music to stick on that stupid montage of me walking. And I'm going to, like I said, I sped it up. But now we get into what I have to do at home. You don't have to get it all back. You just have to get back more than you have now. And yeah, some of this hurts. Some of it will feel impossible to you at times, especially the first few times, but that's just the starting line. I want to be the kind of grandpa my grandkids want around, not the one who gets pushed aside because I didn't fight to stay strong. I want to last, and if I want to last, I have to move. So let's get moving. Alright, I know what depression feels like. I know what it feels like to be broken, not just physically, but inside. But I also know that movement is one of the first ways to push back against that dark. Not because it fixes everything, but because it reminds your body and your mind that you're still here. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're healing. And healing is loud, and it's messy, it's sweaty, it's slow, it's painful, but it's worth it.
Turn toward where it set the sun. Watch the fire pour down the valley and the Mustangs. See them run there for the last time as we change things here for a new time. Turn your mind toward the task at hand as we say goodbye to this fair land. It's okay not to forget my son and remember still how the Mustangs run. You don't belong here anymore. Your way is no longer. Take your bride away from your road and drag away old dreams.
Okay, remember how I said I kept asking for more? This is one of the parts of the program I asked the PT to help me figure out, and it's arm work, and it's where I start to doubt myself. But strength doesn't come from ease, it comes from effort. You get stronger by not quitting when your arms shake, when the weight feels barely doable. Don't worry if your form isn't perfect at first. Mine isn't either yet, but I feel it getting better every time.
Wish I had a train that could take me back to our love, because I'm finding it hard to be strong. You broke my heart and more when you walked out that door, but it was me who made you leave cause of something I'd done wrong. Why don't you take me back to our love? The loneliness hurts me now, cause you're all I can think of. Lord knows that you were right, and I'd tell you if you were here tonight. Why don't you take me back to our love? Take it. Something I done wrong. Why don't you take me back to our love? The loneliness hurts me now, cause you're all I can think of. Lord knows that you were right, and I'd tell you if you were here tonight. Why don't you take me back to our love? Why don't you take me back to our love? I'm just trying to get me back to our love. Why don't you take me back to our love?
The next part is rough. Walking planks are the worst thing I do. I made the mistake of saying, "You haven't changed things in a while," and he said, "Oh, have you ever done planks like this?" I have to think about my form the whole time. I have to fight to keep my head up, my hips aligned, not let myself sag or bend in the middle. Some days I still mess it up. I always have to take rests, but every time I do it, it gets a little bit easier. So if it looks like I'm struggling, it is because I am, and that's okay. Struggling is how we grow. This next set's one of my hardest sets.
Everyone's to blame. Everyone's a poser. Everyone's a sham. 9 of 10 are liars. Lord knows that I am. Everyone is out for blood. Everyone is cruel. Most of us credit, we have ourselves to blame. Sarah and the captain could make things happen. The whole world froze when Sarah met the captain, and after the shock, well, everyone was laughing. Her long dark hair reflected neon light. To Captain's eyes, she was quite a sight. They say that nowhere leads to blazing falls, but you can always find them in those sunny halls. They had a whirlwind love affair. There are things like that that make you walk on air. Sarah and the captain could make things happen in their multicolored world of cool high fashion. It made your head spin, but you could never win. And all of the while your strength was sapping.
Okay, I had to re-record this because there was no sound and it was in slow-mo. But by now, everything is tired. But that's when this matters the most. When your body's aching and your brain says, just quit today. That's the moment you prove to yourself you're not done yet. And this is the reward part, because I get to stretch and cool down.
Melissa cried that day when Sarah and Captain moved away. Way up north they built their castle. Captain had the know-how and Sarah had the muscle. Still their island grew so cold. Soon it grew too old. Sarah and the captain could make things happen in their multicolored world of cool high fashion. It made your head spin, but you could never win. And all of the while your strength was sapping, and Sarah never really understood Captain. And if a person was smart, they'd know the world would fall apart. It's so sad to see silly little things tear out the wind from under people's wings. There are loves that had soared, then someone got bored. Sarah and the captain could make things happen in their multicolored world of cool high fashion. It made your head spin, but you could never win. And all of the while your strength was sapping, and Sarah never really understood Captain. And if a person was smart, they'd know the world would fall apart. Sarah and the captain could make things happen.
Okay, you made it. Not just through the workout, but through another day. That's something. No one can promise you'll get every bit of strength back, but I can promise this. You'll never know how far you can go until you start walking, moving. The people who love you, they want you here, they want you strong, and they want you present. So whatever you're healing from, keep going. Messy, slow, painful, but forward, because forward is always better than stuck. And because you're not alone. Okay, if you can't walk without a walker and you're using a urinal all day, just one time, get up and go to the bathroom on your own, okay? That's one more time than you did yesterday. And then tomorrow, maybe you can do 2. And eventually, you make it so you can get there every time, and you don't have to use that. You don't want to use it all. If you can move from a walker to a cane, or from a sling all the time to a sling just at certain times when you're out doing things, that's better than it was before, wasn't it? Okay. I'm getting deep. I'm going too far, maybe a little bit. But you get the point. Get back as much as life and your body and healing will give you back. If you can't golf and you really love it, then work enough so that you can go putt. That's free even, so that's great. Just go putt. And then maybe you can get back enough so that you can start working on your short game, do a little chipping, do a little, just a little. And then maybe you'll get back to the driving. But you can't do all the holes, or you have to use a cart every time. That's fine. Get back as much as you can of the things that you love. And then your family gets more back of the you they love. I know things may be hard. Maybe you have other things going on besides just healing. Some people are dealing with family members, who are sick and maybe dying, or there's tension in the family because of this or that. That happens. People tell you maybe your behavior's bothering them because it is, but they don't tell you that because they don't love you, because if they didn't love you, they'd just cut you off. They tell you it because they want you to be the best you can be, because they love you and they want you there. It's important. Do this work. Gain back as much of the best you as possible. Mentally, physically, all of it. And I'll see you with some dad jokes tomorrow or later today. And, well, that's my idiot self.